Good afternoon, dear students. Myself Paratama, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, GFGC, Gauribidanur. In this session, we are going to discuss about the meaning of statement of changes in working capital and pro forma and simple problems thereon. In the previous class, we discussed about the procedure for preparation of the fund flow statement. After the completion of this chapter, you are able to analyze the financial performance of the business by using the fund flow statement. After this session, you are able to understand how and why a statement of changes in working capital is to be prepared. Working capital means the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Statement of changes in working capital is to prepare to know the changes in the working capital between two balance sheet dates. This statement is prepared with the help of current assets and current liabilities derived from the two balance sheet dates. The main purpose of this statement is to find out the net change in working capital between two balance sheet dates. Formula for calculation of working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. Reasons for changes in working capital. Purchase of fixed assets or long-term investment without raising long-term funds. Payment of dividend in excess of profits earned. Extension of credit to the customers. Repayment of long-term liability. Redemption of preference shares without raising long-term resource. Rules for preparation of working capital schedule. Increase in current assets results in increase in working capital. Decrease in current assets results in decrease in working capital. Increase in current liability results in decrease in working capital. Decrease in current liability, increase in working capital. These are the rules we have to prepare while preparing the schedule of changes in working capital. Following is the statement showing schedule of changes in working capital. Put 5 columns. In the first column, we get the information about the particulars. In the second column, the value of current assets and current liabilities belongs to the previous year. Third column shows value of current assets and current liability for the current year. Fourth column gives the information regarding increase in working capital. Fifth column shows decrease in working capital. First, analyze the current assets which are affecting to the schedule of changes in working capital. Cash in hand, debtors, accounts receivable, stock, work in progress, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, short-term investment, unexpired expenses. These are the major current assets which affecting to the schedule of changes in working capital. Compare the value of these assets with previous year. If any increase in the value of current assets, when compared to the previous year is treated as increase in working capital. While comparing the current assets with previous year, if the value of reduced during the year is treated as decrease in working capital. Then current liabilities, bank overdraft, creditors, bills payable, dividends payable, proposed dividend, provision for bad and doubtful debts, provision for taxation are some of the examples for current liabilities. If the value of these current liabilities is less than the value of the previous year, then it is considered as increase in working capital during the year. If in case the value of current liability is more than the value of liability of previous year, is considered as decrease in working capital during the year. See the first problem on schedule of changes in working capital. From the following balance sheets of ABC Limited, prepare a statement of changes in working capital. Equity share capital 5 lakhs rupees is debenture 3,70,000, 4,50,000, accounts payable 96,000, 1,92,000, tax payable 77,000, 43,000, interest payable 37,000, 45,000, dividend payable 50,000, 35,000. First divide total liabilities into fixed liabilities and current liabilities. In this problem, we have 4 current liabilities, that is accounts payable, tax payable, interest payable and dividend payable. Then assets, fixed assets 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, long-term investment 2 lakhs, 1 lakh, stock 1,50,000, 2,25,000, accounts receivable 70,000, 1,40,000, work in progress 80,000, 90,000, cash 30,000, 10,000. Classify total assets into fixed assets and current assets and consider only current assets while preparing schedule of changes in working capital. In this problem, we have 4 current assets, that is stock, accounts receivable, work in progress and cash. See the solution. This is the format of schedule of changes in working capital. First put 5 columns. First column gives the particulars. Second column gives the amount of previous year. Third column gives the summary of the value of current assets and current liabilities of current year. Fourth column gives the information about increase in working capital. Fifth column gives the decrease in working capital. First take the current assets. Cash 30,000, 10,000. The difference between cash is 20,000. As we know that decrease in current assets decrease the working capital for the same amount. The difference between cash for the year 2012 and 13 is 20,000 and decrease in working capital. Accounts receivable 70,000, 1,40,000. Account receivable increased to the worth of 70,000 during the year. Increase in current assets increase the working capital for the same amount. Stock in trade. The value of stock for the year 2012 is equal to 1,50,000. 2013 is 2,25,000. The difference between these two is 75,000. Stock in trade increased by 75,000 during the year. So this amount is considered as increase in working capital according to the rule. Then work in progress. Work in progress for the year 2012 is 80,000. 2013 is 90,000. The effect of this is increase the value of work in progress for rupees 10,000 results increase in working capital. The total current assets for the year 2012 is equal to 3,30,000. For the year 2013 is equal to 4,65,000. Then see the current liabilities. Tax payable 77,000, 43,000. Now apply the rule to this. Decrease in current liability, increase the working capital for the same extent. In this statement, the value of tax payable increased by 34,000. Accounts payable 96,000, 1,92,000. The value of accounts payable increased by 96,000 during the year 2013. Increase in current liability decrease the working capital for the same amount. Interest payable 37,000, 45,000. Here is also the value increased by 8,000. Then the working capital decrease for the same extent. Dividend payable 50,000, 35,000. Decrease in current liability increase the working capital for rupees 15,000. Then total of current liabilities for the year 2012 is equal to 2,60,000. For the year 2013 is equal to 3,15,000. Then calculate the working capital by applying the formula, that is total current assets minus total current liabilities. Total current assets for the year 2012 3,30,000. Total current liability for the year 2,60,000. Deduct 2,60,000 from 3,30,000, then we will get 70,000. The total current assets for the year 2013 is equal to 4,65,000. The total current liabilities for the same year is equal to 3,15,000. Deduct 3,15,000 from 4,65,000, then we will get 1,50,000. So Net increase in working capital for the year 2013 is equal to 80,000. Thank you very much. Thank you for one and all.